All right, joining me now on Inside TBT from Bleed Green, the North Texas alumni, Brandon Jefferson. Welcome to the show.
No, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. I'm happy to have you here. It's year 2 of the Bleed Green experience.
Yes.
Year 1 was great. Let's start with that. Take me through TBT 2022 and how it was for you.
It was kind of chaotic. I missed the whole training camp because I was in Denver with my wife's family, and I couldn't get a flight back to make it to some of the practices. And so I just showed up. I mean, I knew the coaching staff already, but I showed up. And, the coach was like, "Hey, just do what you do." They did a great job of picking the team. We had a bunch of great guys, that know how to play basketball. So we just fit right in with each other. Obviously that first game was a tough one for us, but we pulled it out. And then against Kansas State, we was very confident. Watching their game. They had a big game before that they wanted a buzzer beater, so we knew they'll be kind of tired of our game. So we jumped on them, and it was a great experience playing Wichita on their home court. And, obviously we lost by 1, but we learned a lot, and we can just carry that confidence into this year.
That first game was so fun and so chaotic.
Yes.
Like you said, was that one of the craziest basketball games you've ever been a part of?
Yes, because I didn't really understand. I knew about the Elam ending, but I didn't understand the excitement you got when you win, when you hit a good a buzzer beater. So that was a great game, man. Obviously, I knew Francisco because I played against him overseas, and I knew what type of player he is. But I was confident that we can win that game, But as you see, we was all over the place that game, But we found a way to get the job done. But like you said, it was a great game. That was one of the most exciting games I've been a part of.
So no stranger to road environments in TBT now. Like you mentioned, the aftershocks. This year you're going to Lubbock, where
Right.
Texas Tech, the fans in Lubbock are going to be just as crazy as the fans in Wichita. If you were to play those guys, what do you think the environment would be like?
No, it's going to be a college atmosphere. It's going to be crazy. And obviously, as you know, Coach Mack, he took the UNT to the NIT tournament and won it. And now he's a head coach at Texas Tech. So it's going to be a lot of friendly fire, but it's going to be, I think it'll be a great atmosphere. But, we got to take care of the first game. Like I said, that first game is always the toughest, And I think we play at 1 o'clock. So I like the early morning games or the early games. So, we just got to get through that game and take it one game at a time.
What time will your day start for a 1 o'clock game?
I don't know how Coach Shaw was going to do it, but, I'm an early morning person anyway, so I'll probably be up around 7:30 just to, wake up, take a walk, just, get my mind just sharp, ready for the game. So, it's like because, actually playing in China this season helped me because we was in a bubble, majority of the season. And some of our games were at, 11 a.m. sometimes. So I'm used to them early morning games.
So you guys would potentially play Texas Tech, like we talked about, the Air Raiders, in the 3rd round.
Right.
So the potential second matchup for the Air Raiders is Austin's own, which is the Texas alumni.
Okay.
Would you prefer those two guys go at it and kind of waste all their energy? Forget North Texas, forget Bleed Green. Is that a matchup you'd like to see in TBT?
Oh, no, for sure. That's what the fans want to see. There's two great colleges, going at each other, alum. Obviously, they got a lot of history with each other. And obviously, I was with John Roberson a couple of days ago that's going to play with the Texas Tech team. And he was already giving me some crap about, how he's going to meet us up there. But, no, I think it's going to be a great head-to-head matchup if that takes place.
So, obviously, you played TBT. You had chaotic games last year, like you mentioned. Where else during your career have you had crazy moments? Is there a game that sticks out to you that's like, that is the craziest basketball moment I've ever been a part of?
Being in China when the fans were able to come was pretty crazy. But in France, I've had a lot of crazy games, crazy moments in the playoffs. And then obviously the French Cup, we was the French Cup winners, and that atmosphere was insane. And obviously I played in Partizan in Belgrade, Serbia, where they throw batteries on the court and light fire in the stands. So that was a crazy atmosphere. So I think nothing will compare to that one.
That's the second person today to mention that to me. Scoochie Smith told me that's the craziest environment he's ever played in too.
Belgrade, those fans over there, they're all about basketball. So yeah, that's a crazy atmosphere.
So let's move away from TBT and stuff like that. Just talk to you a little bit. Who are some of the players that growing up you modeled your game after?
Uh, I tell everybody Allen Iverson. I used to cut my socks to make a sleeve on my arm. I wear number 3 because of him. He's the reason like I really got into loving basketball at an early age. So I'll have to say Allen Iverson is the main person.
That's a good answer. That's like who LeBron says too. So
Oh yeah,
that's I feel like
everybody
that's
wanted to
a
be yeah. Everybody wanted to be him with the headband, the tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, but I wanted them because of him. So
that's a good answer. So when you're hooping now that you're far into your career, you're an established player. Whose game do you think you're most similar to?
uh, I mean Steph Curry is my favorite player. I try to like model my game after him. Obviously, he's 6'2", 6'3", and I'm only 5'9", but I like to get off the ball, run around, run off pin downs, catch and shoot, just play pick and roll. I mean, so that's who I try to model my game after right now.
So it's funny you mentioned Steph. I saw today Fletcher McGee, who signed with the Challenge ALS Florida TNT team today. He was working out with Seth Curry. Who,
Okay.
who who are some of your go-to summer workout buddies?
I try to keep it in house, so it's just really my brother, Marcus Jefferson. He just graduated from a D2 in Nebraska, so I really just work out with him. I get a lot of like individual work with him, so we just keep it in house, and that's really it.
What are you working on this summer? What are you training with right
Uh,
now, and you're gonna show off at TBT?
no, I'm just working on being more consistent. More consistent with my shot from deep range, short range, floaters. I gotta get my floaters and definitely especially the TBT because the refs aren't gonna call that many fouls. So I got to be able to score at all 3 levels at at pretty consistent pace. So that's really what I'm working on this summer.
I got a challenge for you this year. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
All 8 points in the Elam ending. It's rare, but
Yeah,
players do it. That's my
right.
challenge to you this year.
Let's get that. I can do that. I can definitely. I'm up to it.
If you do it in the post game interview, you got to be like, shout out Inside TBT,
All right.
Andrew. He challenged me to do it, and I did it.
I got you, man. I got you. I remember that.
What gyms do you have the best pickup runs at?
Here in Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex area, there's my guy Booker Woodfox. He has his own gym. We have great runs there. A lot of pros go there. Also,
Give me some
Prestonwood.
names. Give me some names. What pros we
Okay,
talking?
I can give you some pros that's about to get drafted tomorrow. Keontae George, Cason Wallace, uh, Justin Dentman. I know you heard of Justin Dentman before. It's a lot of big names. Jonathan Motley, he's come through there before. Miles, Mikey Miles that played at TCU. So there's a lot of big time, college pros or that's going to be pros, obviously in NBA that played with us over the summer.
So, last few questions for you. When you're playing pickup, are you trying to improve something in your game? Are you like, I'm going into this today and I'm really going to focus on like finishing with my left, finishing off 2 feet, this, that,
Right.
or you just let it happen? You just play.
No, I just play. I just let it happen. As I get older, I just let it happen. Go out there for cardio, but obviously, I want to work on my game. Work on different aspects. How people are going to guard me. How I know people are going to guard me. And how they're going to be physical with me. So I just try to work on, obviously my cardio first, but I try to work on my floaters. Like this past time, I was trying to get in the paint, work on floaters and stuff like that. So that's really what I work on in the pickup games.
All right, channeling your inner Devin Booker here.
Mm-hmm.
Double teams in pickup, yay or nay?
I'm all about winning, so whatever it takes. If you got to double team me or whoever it is, you got to do it.
All right,
I'm
final
feeling
question. Final
mm-hmm.
question for you, and then I
Mm-hmm.
actually got a few rapid fire fun questions. But final
Okay.
hoops question. All right, who's a player that you've gotten into it with in pickup that maybe you wouldn't expect it, like a name drop player or like a guy that you were like, I did not expect this guy to be so uptight and be going at me like this. Do you have a pickup battle story?
I have a couple of stories about that because obviously I come in the court and they're like, "Oh yeah, he played overseas. He's been overseas for a while, so they're gonna come at me." But this last weekend I got into it, not really, but with Damian James. that played with Kevin Durant at Texas way back in the day. It was just competition, we was actually double teaming him because our team couldn't stop him. And so like he was getting upset about that. And then, obviously we ended up beating him on the buzzer beater at Lifetime in Dallas. So we kind of got into it, but it was friendly competition. So
all right, I got a couple follow-up final questions for you. Best barbecue you've ever had in Texas. What is it?
Oh, probably Hutchins Barbecue in Frisco.
All right, are you a Cowboys fan?
By default, yes.
By default because you're not really a big NFL guy, or by default because you don't really have a favorite team?
Because I really don't have a favorite team.
All right, what about some favorite NFL players? Doesn't have to be Cowboys guys.
I like Mahomes. I like Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray's from Louisville, and that's where I grew up. I've gotten to the NFL a lot over the past couple of years. I like Christian McCaffrey. And so those are some of the players I like.
Final question. I'm sure you've been asked this before. This is a common athlete question. Most famous number in your phone?
Oh. That's a good question. I'll probably say Marcus Smart.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Did you see the big trade that just went down?
No, I did not. I'm in Mexico right now, so I haven't been really on my phone right now.
It wasn't Marcus Smart, but the Celtics traded for Kristaps Porzingis.
Wow. Who they let go?
Let me pull it up right now. It'll just take a second. I think they got rid of Brogdon, maybe?
Wow. Brogdon out of there.
All right. I don't know if it's finalized. I think it's finalized. The Celtics are working on a trade to acquire the Wizards' Kristaps Porzingis in a 3-team deal that sends Brogdon to the Clippers, Marcus Morris, Amir Kofi, and the 30th pick to Washington. So kind of random, some picks involved, but Porzingis going to play with your guy Marcus Smart.
No, that's my wife's favorite team, the Celtics. So I'm sure she'll be happy about. I like Brogdon with them, but obviously they didn't get it done this past year, so I guess they had a short lease on him. But Kristaps will be a good pickup for them.
All right, final question. This is how I end every interview on Inside TBT. I turn the tables on you. Do you have any questions for me? You have to ask one. It doesn't have to be TBT or basketball, but it can be.
Okay, what's your most memorable TBT moment?
Ooh, that's a good question. Most memorable TBT moment 2 years ago, Tyrese Rice stole the ball, stole it from Kenny Boynton on Florida TNT, got the bucket, which was the game-winning Elam Ender, and I was standing right under the baseline, and he like pumped his fist right in front of me, almost hit me. I got mauled, had to get out of there, and I had some friends text me like, "Yo, is this you in the middle of the mall getting mauled right there?" So that's my favorite TBT memory.
Nah, Tyrese Rice is one of my favorite players ever too.
He's a killer,
man. He is. Yeah, him and Keith Langford are two of one of my favorite players to watch. So, great players. So,
I think Kansas Keith Langford, right?
Yes.
I just interviewed him a few weeks ago. He's leading the Kansas team.
Oh man, yeah, Keith Langford. He's a bad man. He's a bad man for sure. So, yeah, those are two of my favorite players to watch, especially when they was overseas dominating. It was a great sight.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Good luck to you this summer. I won't be in Lubbock because I'll be in Wichita. However, if you win and go to Louisville, I may see you in the quarterfinal in Louisville, and then I may see you in Philly. So that's a little extra juice for you to win as you get to hang out with me.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks for having me on, my man.
Thank you.
All right.
Clocking out early, that's the dish I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight, I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for risk taking. I'm baking my mind every day, it's the same ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground to busting through the pavement. Rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team winning, my team winning. Now rock with it and lean with it. My team turn up when I spit it. Don't think that I'm playing because I'm saving the game, and I said that I will be more because oh yeah, that is so raving, racing and pacing around all these lanes in my lane, out my way, unless you're trying to pay me. Not from the playpen, it's coming from the jungle. When you hear the bell, you better be ready to rumble, because I'ma grab the gloves and I'm gonna flex my muscles. Go ahead and spit some bars, but you're probably just gonna mumble. A lot of rappers these days really need to get them humble, cause they think they at the top, they better stop before they stumble. Cause I'm swiping all their biddies while they swiping right on Bumble. And your girlie calls me daddy, but she only calls you uncle. But no, we not related, homie, no, we not some fam. You never get in clubs, you can't even get in sand. You never get in dubs like the Browns from the land. When push comes to shove, wave that towel in your